Have you ever wondered what every human being is truly searching for, beyond wealth, status, or success? What is the force that drives every choice, every longing, every dream? Today, we explore the single desire that defines us all. What is it that drives every human heart? What pushes us to create, to explore, to risk everything? At the core of all our endeavors lies one undeniable truth: we seek to love and to be loved. This desire is not merely a wish. It is the heartbeat of our existence, the thread that weaves together the tapestry of life. Yet, we often look in the wrong places. We chase success, possessions, recognition, thinking these will fill the void. But no title, no bank account, no fleeting pleasure can satisfy this longing. Love is not a transaction. It is a presence, an experience, a state of being. When we understand that, life begins to shift. Connection is more than proximity. It is the recognition of ourselves in another. To love is to see beyond the surface, to acknowledge the shared vulnerability, the shared humanity. And just as deeply as we desire love, we are called to give it freely. There is no greater power than the reciprocity of giving and receiving love. We suffer when we feel separate, when we build walls between ourselves and the world. But when we open our hearts, first to ourselves, then to others, the illusion of isolation dissolves. Life, in its richest form, is not about solitary achievement, but about shared experience, about creating harmony and understanding where once there was distance. And yet, this desire is not something to be chased in the future. It is fulfilled in the present moment, in every kind word, in every act of genuine presence, in every heartbeat shared. To understand the deepest human desire is to recognize that the meaning of life is not hidden in grand plans or distant dreams. It is in the simple, profound act of connecting, of loving and being loved. Look within, cherish yourself, reach out, notice the souls around you. Your life will bloom in the warmth of this universal longing, and in doing so, you will discover the truth of who you are and the life you were always meant to live. At the very core of human existence lies a desire so fundamental that it shapes every thought, every decision, and every action, the desire to love and to be loved. This longing is not superficial, nor is it tied to fleeting pleasures or material accomplishments. It is the very essence of what it means to be human. Every person, regardless of culture, status, or circumstance, carries this intrinsic need within them, often unconsciously, guiding their choices and influencing the paths they take in life. Many individuals spend years, even decades, seeking fulfillment through external achievements, accumulating wealth, acquiring possessions, or striving for recognition, believing that these external markers will fill the inner void. Yet, time and experience reveal that no amount of money, fame, or status can satisfy this deepest yearning, because it is not an object to be obtained, but a state to be experienced. The desire for love is intertwined with the recognition of connection. It is not merely about receiving affection, but also about offering it genuinely to others. This reciprocity is what makes the desire so profound and transformative. It is the realization that to give love is inseparable from the ability to receive it, that genuine relationships flourish only when there is mutual understanding, empathy, and openness. The suffering that many experience in life stems not from external circumstances, but from a perceived sense of separation, from feeling isolated or disconnected from others. Humans are inherently social beings, and when that connection is missing or obstructed by fear, ego, or pride, the result is anxiety, loneliness, and a sense of incompleteness. To overcome this suffering, one must first cultivate self-love, for the ability to connect meaningfully with others begins with recognizing and accepting oneself. Self-acceptance is not a passive act of indulgence. It is an active awareness and embrace of one's strengths, flaws, and vulnerabilities, understanding that each aspect of oneself is worthy of care and respect. This inner foundation allows individuals to approach relationships with authenticity, compassion, and openness, creating spaces where love can flourish. Importantly, the fulfillment of this deepest desire is not found in distant goals or imagined futures, but in the present moment, in the awareness of each interaction, each gesture, each shared experience. Life, in its richest and most meaningful form, emerges not from solitary achievement, but from connection. The recognition of oneself in another, the empathy extended to others, and the genuine presence offered in shared moments. The meaning of existence is embedded in these relationships, in the way humans touch each other's lives, inspire, support, and care for one another. Love, in its most profound sense, is an energy that moves freely, a force that breaks down barriers, dissolves illusions of separation, and fosters a sense of unity and belonging. It is through these connections that life reveals its beauty, its depth, and its significance. The pursuit of love is not merely a sentimental or emotional endeavor. It is a philosophical and practical journey, guiding humans toward understanding their purpose, their values, and their place in the world. Each act of kindness, empathy, and compassion brings one closer to the realization of this fundamental desire, reinforcing the notion that life's ultimate fulfillment is not found in isolation, but in relationship, in shared understanding, and in mutual care. Recognizing this universal longing provides clarity in times of confusion, strength in moments of despair, and direction when one feels lost. By embracing the desire to love and to be loved, individuals cultivate resilience, wisdom, and joy, discovering that the essence of life is not in what is amassed or achieved, but in what is shared, experienced, and felt. This awareness transforms everyday interactions into opportunities for profound connection, turning ordinary moments into expressions of the deepest human yearning. Ultimately, the most fundamental human desire acts as a compass, guiding individuals toward authenticity, compassion, and presence, shaping a life that is not only successful in conventional terms, but deeply meaningful, connected, and rich with purpose. Understanding and embracing this truth illuminates the path to fulfillment, reminding each person that the essence of existence is relational, experiential, and profoundly human. In nurturing this desire, in both giving and receiving love, life unfolds in its most vibrant, harmonious, and deeply satisfying form, revealing the true beauty of being human. Every human being carries within them a desire so deep and fundamental that it shapes nearly every action, thought, and choice: the need to love and be loved. This longing is not superficial or fleeting. It is the core of what it means to be human. People often attempt to satisfy this yearning through external achievements, material success, or the approval of others, believing that these accomplishments will fill the emptiness within. Yet, no amount of recognition, wealth, or status can satisfy a desire that is rooted in connection and belonging. The deepest fulfillment comes not from what we acquire or accomplish, but from the relationships we cultivate, the empathy we extend, and the love we give and receive. This desire for love is inherently reciprocal. To truly experience it, one must also offer it genuinely, not as a means to an end, but as an authentic expression of oneself. Humans are social beings, and feelings of isolation or disconnection can generate profound suffering, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. Recognizing this fundamental need is the first step toward a meaningful life, for it reveals that the purpose of many of our actions is ultimately to create bonds, to experience closeness, and to feel understood. Love, in this sense, is not merely an emotion but a driving force, a universal language that bridges the gaps between individuals and dissolves the illusions of separation. It is through connection, empathy, and presence that life begins to take on its true depth, revealing meaning in even the smallest interactions and everyday moments. This desire also calls for self-awareness and self-acceptance. For genuine connection with others begins with understanding and embracing oneself. When individuals cultivate a sense of worth, compassion, and authenticity internally, they become capable of forming deeper, more meaningful relationships externally. The fulfillment of this desire is not located in a distant future or in the attainment of specific goals, but in the present moment, in the awareness and care extended to others and to oneself. Life's richness is discovered through these exchanges, through the mutual recognition of humanity, and through the shared experience of vulnerability, trust, and support. Love transforms ordinary experiences into profound moments of significance, and its pursuit imbues life with purpose, resilience, and joy. It guides human behavior, shapes priorities, and illuminates the path toward a harmonious and fulfilling existence. Ultimately, the deepest human desire is a compass pointing toward connection, presence, and authenticity, reminding us that the essence of a meaningful life lies not in isolation or achievement alone, but in the continuous giving and receiving of love. By embracing this universal longing, individuals not only satisfy their own hearts, but also enrich the lives of those around them, creating a world that resonates with understanding, compassion, and shared humanity. This realization highlights the profound truth that life's ultimate fulfillment is relational, experiential, and deeply human, and that the most meaningful way to live is through the cultivation of genuine love and connection in every moment. Every human being is driven by a desire so profound that it influences almost every thought, decision, and action. The longing to love and to be loved. This desire is not superficial or tied to material possessions, social status, or fleeting pleasures. It is an intrinsic part of our nature. Many spend their lives chasing external achievements, believing that wealth, recognition, or power will satisfy the emptiness inside. Yet, despite these accomplishments, the inner longing often remains unfulfilled because love is not something that can be purchased or earned. It is a state of being and a connection that must be experienced and shared. The craving for love is universal, transcending culture, age, and circumstance. It is both a personal and collective force, guiding humans toward relationships, understanding, and empathy. This desire is reciprocal in nature. The capacity to receive love fully is intertwined with the willingness to give it genuinely. True connection cannot exist in isolation, and the fulfillment of this deepest yearning comes only when individuals open themselves to both giving and receiving love without expectation or condition. When people feel disconnected, alienated, or isolated, they experience profound suffering, anxiety, and a sense of incompleteness, demonstrating that the essence of happiness is inseparable from the quality of connection we cultivate. Understanding and nurturing this desire requires self-awareness and self-acceptance. For genuine love cannot flourish without an understanding of one's own worth and authenticity. Recognizing one's own value, embracing both strengths and vulnerabilities, and treating oneself with compassion forms the foundation for meaningful interactions with others. When individuals cultivate this inner harmony, they become capable of forming relationships that are authentic, empathetic, and deeply fulfilling. Connection is not merely about proximity or social interaction. It is about presence, attention, and recognition of the shared human experience. Every act of kindness, every gesture of understanding, and every moment of genuine engagement becomes an expression of this fundamental desire. It is in these exchanges that life reveals its richness, turning ordinary experiences into moments of significance. Love, in this sense, is not just an emotion but a guiding principle that informs our choices, shapes our priorities, and illuminates the path toward a life that is meaningful and harmonious. By embracing love as a central purpose, humans can transform relationships and communities, creating environments where trust, compassion, and understanding thrive. The fulfillment of this desire is rooted in the present moment, not in distant goals or hypothetical futures. True satisfaction arises when individuals engage fully with the people and experiences around them, noticing the humanity in others and allowing themselves to be vulnerable, open, and receptive. Life's ultimate meaning is discovered in shared experiences, in empathy extended, and in the mutual recognition of existence between individuals. This longing for connection acts as a compass, guiding behavior, decision-making, and personal growth. It reminds humans that their lives gain depth and purpose not through solitary achievements alone, but through the cultivation of authentic relationships and the continuous giving and receiving of love. By acknowledging and honoring this universal human desire, individuals enrich their own lives and the lives of others, creating a ripple effect of compassion, understanding, and fulfillment. The deepest human longing is thus both a personal journey and a social mission, calling each person to engage with the world in a way that celebrates connection, presence, and shared humanity. It is through this process that life unfolds in its most vibrant and meaningful form, revealing that the essence of human existence lies in love, both given and received, as the foundation of happiness, purpose, and a fully realized life.